The name Canon EOS R4 has been circulating in the photography world for quite some time now. From camera forums and YouTube discussions to speculative blog posts, this rumored model has sparked plenty of interest. At first glance, it sounds like a logical addition to Canon's full-frame mirrorless lineup, a camera that bridges the gap between the EOS R6 and EOS R5. However, despite all the buzz, there's a growing consensus among industry watchers that the Canon EOS R4 might never become a reality. Whether due to Canon's clear product segmentation strategy, overlapping specs with existing models, or even cultural nuances, the evidence strongly suggests that this camera is not part of Canon's foreseeable roadmap. In this article, we'll unpack the reasons why the Canon EOS R4 South African rand is unlikely to materialize, explore what features it was rumored to include, and examine the market and cultural factors that are working against its release. Canon's Mirrlrless R series has been a major success, capturing the attention of professionals, enthusiasts, and hobbyists alike. Cameras like the EOS R5 have become known for their outstanding high-resolution capabilities, while models like the EOS R6 offer speed, excellent autofocus, and strong video features at a more affordable price point. With such a well-defined product line, the idea of a Canon EOS R4 seemed like a logical progression, something that could sit neatly between the R6 and R5, offering a balance of both resolution and performance. But when you begin to analyze what this hypothetical camera would actually bring to the table, things start to fall apart. According to various leaks and rumors, the Canon EOS R4 was said to come equipped with a 40-megapixel sensor, higher than the R6 Mark I's 24.2 MP but slightly below the R5's 45 MP. It was also rumored to be powered by Canon's Digic X Plus processor, potentially enabling faster autofocus, better low-light performance, and faster image processing overall. Video capabilities were reportedly going to be a major highlight as well, with 8K recording at up to 60 frames per second and support for Canon Log 2 and Log 3 profiles for greater dynamic range. Additional features allegedly included dual card slots, Bluetooth 5.2, Wi-Fi 6E, and full weather sealing. At first glance, these specifications seem impressive. But a deeper look reveals significant overlap with the existing EOS R5, which already delivers 8K video, high-speed burst shooting, and a high-resolution sensor. If the EOS R4 were to deliver a similar feature set, it would essentially be a slightly toned-down version of the R5, offering little in the way of real differentiation. This raises an important question: why would Canon release a camera that risks cannibalizing its own lineup, especially when the R5 has already proven successful? One of the more interesting rumored features of the Canon EOS R4 was its supposed new heat management system. When Canon initially released the EOS R5, it faced criticism over overheating during extended 8K video recording sessions. Since then, Canon has addressed many of those concerns with firmware updates and optional accessories like cooling grips. The R4, according to some rumors, was expected to introduce an advanced heat dissipation solution, possibly through redesigned internal airflow, heat pipes, or thermal chambers. However, no technical details ever surfaced to support these claims, making it difficult to assess the impact or credibility of such a system. Without concrete evidence, this feature remains purely speculative and likely unrealistic. Another major strike against the Canon EOS R4 is its vague and problematic positioning within the current EOS lineup. Canon has worked hard to create clear distinctions between its various models. The R6 series targets hybrid shooters and event photographers who prioritize speed, low-light performance, and strong video tools without needing ultra-high resolution. The R5 series, on the other hand, caters to professionals who need maximum detail for commercial or studio work while still benefiting from powerful video options. If Canon were to insert an EOS R4 directly between these two, it would blur these well-defined boundaries, making it harder for customers to choose based on their specific needs. This potential overlap makes the EOS R4 feel redundant. It would be too advanced to justify a significantly lower price than the R5, yet too similar to truly stand out. The concept of the EOS R4 starts to resemble an R5 Lite more than a uniquely positioned product, which doesn't make much sense from a business standpoint. Introducing such a model would likely confuse buyers and disrupt the clean segmentation that Canon has spent years building. Beyond technical and strategic concerns, cultural factors may also explain why the Canon EOS R4 has never surfaced. In many East Asian cultures, including Japan, Canon's home country, the number 4 is often associated with bad luck. In Japanese, Mandarin, and Korean, the word for 4 is phonetically similar to the word for death. This superstition, known as tetraphobia, has influenced product naming decisions across industries for decades. It's not uncommon for buildings in these regions to skip the 4th floor entirely, similar to how some Western structures omit the 13th floor. While Nikon did release a D4 and D4S, those were exceptions rather than the rule. Canon may be deliberately avoiding a product named R4 for cultural sensitivity reasons, opting instead to focus on models like the R5 Mark II or R6 Mark III. Timing is another reason to doubt the EOS R4's existence. Some sources previously speculated that Canon might unveil the R4 in early or mid-2025. But here we are, well into 2025, with no official announcement, teaser, or even a credible leak to support those predictions. Reliable industry insiders have seen no evidence of prototype testing, patent filings, or certifications that typically precede a camera release. This lack of hard information makes it extremely unlikely that the R4 is in Canon's short-term development plans, if it was ever being developed at all. Even from a pricing perspective, the Canon EOS R4 doesn't make much sense. Assuming it would be positioned between the R6 Mark I and the R5 Mark I, its likely price would fall somewhere between $3,000 and $3,500. That range currently overlaps with the discounted R5, which remains a popular and feature-rich option. And with the R5 Mark II on the horizon, rumored to include even more advanced video features, better autofocus, and improved thermal performance, the R4 would struggle to justify its existence. Why would anyone choose a camera with fewer features for the same price when the R5 and its successor offer so much more? Moreover, the leaks around the Canon EOS R4 lack the depth and reliability we typically see with real products. Details like frame rates, buffer sizes, rolling shutter performance, and codec support are either vague or entirely absent. For instance, while it's been said that the R4 would support 8K video, no specifics have emerged about whether this footage would be oversampled, cropped, or compressed in a particular format. Similarly, the claims about its low light capabilities are vague and unsupported by any quantifiable benchmarks. This kind of speculation, without credible technical documentation, makes it clear that the EOS R4 rumors are more wishful thinking than based on inside information. At the end of the day, the Canon EOS R4 appears to be more of a fan-created fantasy than a genuine entry in Canon's camera roadmap. While it's fun to imagine a hybrid camera that blends the best features of the R5 and R6 series, the practical, cultural, and strategic obstacles are too significant to ignore. Canon is clearly more focused on refining its current models and introducing innovative upgrades to its flagship lineup, rather than releasing a new product that would sit awkwardly in the middle. For those who have been holding out hope for the Canon EOS R4, it might be time to reconsider. Canon's ongoing development is likely to yield more compelling cameras that actually serve distinct market segments, such as an R5 Mark II with improved resolution and thermal management, or an R1 designed to go head-to-head with Sony's A1 and Nikon's Z9. These are the models that will push boundaries and reflect Canon's real strategic priorities. In conclusion, the Canon EOS 4 South African Rand is almost certainly never coming. Its rumored specifications, unclear market position, pricing overlap, and lack of cultural compatibility all point toward it being a ghost product, one that sounds great in theory but simply doesn't make sense in the real world. While speculation is always fun, the smarter move is to base our expectations on Canon's actual development patterns and focus areas. For now, photographers and videographers alike should look toward Canon's confirmed models and upcoming releases rather than waiting for a camera that's likely to remain a myth.